When creating videos for the channel, I'm often looking back through old books that I have found to find stories, places and interesting people that would make for great conversations on many levels. So it's with this that I present the story of Margaret Nicholson. Margaret Nicholson was an Englishwoman who assaulted King George III in 1786. Her futile and half-hearted attempt on the king's life became famous and was featured in one of Shelley's works, named The Posthumous Fragments of Margaret Nicholson in 1810. Margaret Nicholson was born in Stockton-on-Tees in County Durham to a barber called George Nicholson, and at the age of 12 she became a maid, and from this then worked on as a servant for many notable households such as Sir John Surbright and Lord Coventry. At this stage Margaret showed no signs of mental illness, but before 1783 she was dismissed from her employment after having a love affair with another servant. Then, after she fell on hard times, her lover left her, so she supported herself by doing needlework. She lived in a lodging house in Wigmore Street. She was described as below middle size and having a swarthy complexion. It was on the 2nd of August 1786 that, just aged 36, Margaret would make her brief appearance on history's timeline when she approached the king, and as he stepped from his carriage at St James's Palace on the pretext of presenting him with a petition, which was actually a blank piece of paper, it was as he took this supposed petition that she lunged at him twice at his chest with an ivory-handled dessert knife. She was soon brought under control. King George feared Margaret would be unjustly handled for such a pitiful attack, that he commanded, "The poor creature is mad, do not hurt her, she has not hurt me." After a search of her lodgings, letters were found claiming that she was the rightful heir to the throne. These delusional ideas and insanity were thought to have been caused by her lover's desertion. It was later discovered that in July Margaret had sent petitions to the king regarding her claim to the throne. When Mr Justice Addington questioned Margaret, she claimed to have been a virgin, yet also claimed to be the mother of Lord Mansfield and Lord Loughborough, but both of these men were older than she was. Her landlord stationer Jonathan Fisk said she was a sober and industrious woman and earned her living at needlework. She denied wanting to assassinate the king, saying she only wanted to scare him. It was Dr John Munro who certified Margaret insane, and she was committed to the now famous Bethlehem Royal Hospital for life. She died there 42 years later, aged just 78. So ends a sad but true story of a woman whose insanity would be her demise, and one for which history would remember as the woman who assaulted a king.